going to be a doubleheader presented by Showtime this Saturday at the Springs Casino. Main event, Chris Arreola versus Seth Mitchell. It's going to be a 12-round fight. The co-feature, Rafael Marquez versus Victor Esquives. It's going to be a 10-round fight at featherweight. This show is presented by Golden Boy Promotions in association with Lucid Tudor Promotions and Thompson Boxing. The sponsors for the event, Corona and AT&T. This Saturday, September 7th, at the Fantasy Springs Casino in Indio, California. Just a few notes, and then we'll introduce everybody up here. We're going to have open workouts tomorrow at the Indio Boys and Girls Club, starting at 11 a.m. The official weigh-in is going to be Friday, September 6th at 1 p.m. at Fantasy Springs Casino at the Lit Lounge. And once again, obviously, televised on Showtime. It's a special edition Showtime. It begins at 10:30 p.m. Eastern and delayed on the West Coast. Doors open at 4 p.m. Pacific. First fight's going to be at 4:05. Ticket prices. Ticket prices are from ringside, $105. They go down to $75, $55, $45, and as cheap as $35. You can buy them at the Fantasy Springs box office, or you can call 1-800-827-2946. Or you can also get them online at www.fantasyspringsresort.com. So, first person I want to bring up to say a few words is Andy Lowski. She's with Fantasy Springs, and she's the public relations manager. Andy?
Thanks, Eric. All for being here. This is such a great showing, and we're so excited at Fantasy Springs to be bringing fights of this caliber to our venue. It absolutely speaks volumes about our relationship with Golden Boy Promotions, which just keeps getting better all the time. We couldn't be happier that Fantasy Springs is entrusted by Golden Boy to pull off such a large-scale event. Again, this is the biggest one we're having. Thank you guys for saying you'd come hang out with us there at the casino. Once you come out to the venue, after boxing, there's always plenty to do. So enjoy yourself out there. Please put it out to the press that we're going to put on a fabulous event on Saturday. We hope to see you at Fantasy Springs as well for the weigh-in on Friday. Thanks for being here again.
Thank you. Okay, so obviously we got a full card on Saturday. So it starts as early as 4 p.m. We have a bunch of local kids fighting. I'll mention some of the fighters. Ricky Lopez is going to be fighting Pablo Batres. Justin Deloach, a young prospect, fighting Carl Hill. Joey Gonzalez out of Los Angeles, he's going to be fighting David Reyes. Juan Funes, 2-0 top prospect, fighting Carlos Gonzalez. Maurice Lee, another top prospect. Former world champion Rico Ramos is on the card. He's fighting former Olympic Carlos Velasquez. Ronnie Rios, undefeated from Santa Ana. He's fighting veteran Jose Veranza. And local fighter Angel Osuna is going to be fighting Juan Gonzalez. And also Ryan Caballero, who's Randy Caballero's younger brother, is also on the card. So we have a full fight card, great fights starting as early as 4 o'clock. So come early, and you can see some of the top prospects in boxing making their way up to the title fights. So now what I want to do is I want to introduce obviously the co-feature for this event. It's a very good fight. This is a co-promotion with Thompson Boxing. And I want to bring up Alex Camponovo from Thompson Boxing. It's a pleasure to always work with you, Alex. Thank you for being here and you'll introduce team this evening. Alex?
Thank you, Eric. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Golden Boy for this opportunity for King Steve's fantastic event. We have the pleasure to be in the same ring with a legend in the sport as Rafael Marquez. Obviously, Fantasy Springs for hosting this great event, but Showtime. It's always a pleasure to work with you, Eric. It makes things easy. Efrain has had an interesting road to where he's at today. He's had a couple of setbacks in his career, obviously, but never stopped or lived with the desire to do something. So let me tell you a little bit about Efrain. A few years ago, when he was much younger and he was in the amateurs, his father passed away. And Mo Guy, he passed away. But before his father was gone, he made him a promise that he was going to become a world champion. And he's still looking for that. He's on his quest. He's going to bounce back. And we understand of the legendary fighter that he has in front of him, the tough challenge that he has. But I think he's prepared, and he's more than ready for this battle. Before I introduce him, I'd like to introduce his team. His coach is here, Seth for the Hernandez. Also his manager, Eddie Gonzalez, I've been working with for a few years. But without further ado, so I'll tell you all about himself. In a few words, Mr. Arreola-Mitchell.
Thank you all for having me. I want to say thank you to thank you to my coach, been out for this effort for a couple of years, but now we're back together. And I feel that's the best thing I've ever done. And went back to Dennis, back on the drawing board, make the changes that we need to, and we're stronger than ever. Come with the game plan, which is something I haven't been for 3 years. Now we're strong, we're ready, and I'm sorry I'm not an opponent, after this fight, we're gonna go for it. This is something that like Alex said, I promised to my father before he passed away, and I never forgot that. So every day I do it. So every day we go training 100% with that and back in my mind. And I'm gonna take full advantage of it on Saturday. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you, Efrain and Alex. Thank you very much. Obviously, they have a tough fight in front of them. Because this next fighter that I'm going to bring up, all of you have heard of. I'm sure all of you guys have heard his name. And pretty much all of you have probably seen him fight. He's a legendary fighter. He's a future Hall of Famer. And he always gives 100% in that ring. His heart, his soul. So it's going to be a very, very exciting fight. Okay. Obviously, he's a legendary fighter. He comes from Mexico City. He's the brother of Juan Manuel Marquez. Everybody knows that. He's been in legendary fights, and he's never, ever in a boring fight. Before I bring him up, I want to acknowledge his great trainer, Hall of Famer, Nacho Beristain. And I'll have Nacho say a few words about the fight and about Rafa.
Saludos a todos. Y hablando de la pelea de Rafa Márquez, viene bien preparado. Al rival no lo conocemos, bueno, yo no lo conozco. Sé que el boxeo de esta área ha mejorado muchísimo y vamos a enfrentar a un peleador de primer nivel. Y eso garantiza una excelente pelea para aficionados y países a noche. Gracias a ustedes.
Nacho basically said, he said, thank you all for being here. I don't know what the problem is with the mic, but he said, thank you all for being here. We don't know too much about our rival. We do know that fighters from this area are getting better. They're always tough. So we know it's going to be a tough fight. And we wish them all the best. And thank you once again. Okay, Rafael Marquez, obviously, former 3-time, 4-time world champion. He's on the quest again to fight for the title again. But first he has to get past a young, hungry fighter, a tough fighter. And that's what he wanted. He said, you know, I'm gonna work with you guys, Golden Boy. This is the first time we're working together with Rafa. And he said, I don't want an easy fight. Get me a tough guy. I want to prove to you guys that I belong. I want to prove to you guys that I should be fighting for a world title again, that I can still do this. And that's what we did. Quick call to Alex, and he made the fight in an hour. So thank you, Alex, once again. And you guys are going to get a good fight because both guys don't run, and I don't think they have a reverse gear. So there's going to be a lot of action in this fight. So I want to bring up the legendary fighter, Rafael Marquez. Rafa?
Hola, buenas tardes a todos. Gracias por venir. Bueno, gracias a Golden Boy por estar aquí. Y bueno, nosotros venimos bien preparados para cualquier rival. Creo que no hay enemigo pequeño arriba del ring. Nos preparamos para cualquier peleador. Título del mundo, no es el título del mundo. Y bueno, para dar un gran espectáculo a toda la gente que realmente va a comprar un boleto y la ve por la televisión. Creo que nos hemos preparado muy bien y vamos a tratar a Esquivias, un peleador, le he visto un peleador fuerte, un peleador que va hacia adelante y creo que van a ver una gran pelea, una pelea buena que vamos a disfrutar y creo que la gente va a disfrutar la gran pelea. Muchas gracias a todos.
Okay, I'll translate. He said, thank you all for being here. Thank you for Golden Boy for this opportunity. It's going to be a tough fight. It's going to be a tough fight. He's watched video of Efren Esquivias, and he says that, you know, it's going to be a very, very good fight. He's a fighter that doesn't go backwards, just like I said a little earlier. But the important thing he said is to make a good fight, to make a great fight for the fans, for the people that are watching on TV and buying tickets to come to this event. And that's what he wants to get. It's a great fight, and that's what he's prepared for. Whether it's a title fight or non-title fight, he's always going to give his best. So thank you, Rafa. Thank you once again. Okay, the main event. You guys both know these guys. The two giants. They're probably the most exciting heavyweights in the heavyweight division on earth. These guys also don't know how to go backwards, they go forward, and these guys throw bombs. And I can guarantee you're gonna be entertained in this fight. Both guys know what's at stake, a possible world title fight for the winner, and they're gonna give it their all because that's all they know how to do. They know how to fight hard and give it their all. And both guys have been in exciting fights before, and their knockout ratio is incredible. It's incredible. For two heavyweights, you know, it's very, very exciting. Seth Mitchell from Maryland only has one loss, which obviously he came back and beat the guy that beat him, Banks. And he's marching to that world title fight. But first, he's got to get past probably the most dangerous fighter he's ever faced. So that's what makes this fight so good. That's what makes it so exciting. A lot of people have asked, hey, why didn't you guys put this fight on the pay-per-view on the 14th? Yes, it could have gone there. It could have gone there because it merits that kind of big stage. But hey, it doesn't matter. Both guys said they're willing to fight anywhere, just make the fight happen. And we're bringing it to you here in Southern California, so we're making it accessible to our home fans here. Mitchell only has one loss, 26-1-1, 19 knockouts. This is pretty much a do-or-die fight for him, and he takes every fight very seriously, so I'm sure he's well prepared, and I just want to thank his team, Sharif, and his entire team. Thank you for all the good job. Great job you guys always do with Seth, and I'm sure he's not going to disappoint. So I want to bring up Seth Mitchell. Seth?
First and foremost, I want to thank God for just allowing me to be here. I want to thank all of y'all for coming out. I want to thank my team. I want to thank Dre. I want to thank Chris, Lauren, Mr. Slim, my manager, Sharif, and Al Heyman for the Golden Boy for giving me this opportunity. Make no mistake about it. This is a fight that I wanted. I don't talk a lot in the paper. I don't Twitter and tweet and do all that. But this is a fight that I wanted. This is a fight that I'm very confident in. I respect Chris Arreola. Chris Arreola is a hell of a fighter. He comes forward, he applies a lot of pressure. But I don't see anything special. Nothing that I can't take care of Saturday. You know, every time Chris Arreola has stepped up, he's lost. Every time. Every time he's stepped up, he's lost. So, you know, him and his trainer, they do a lot of talking. I don't say much, but just know I'm prepared, and they can say whatever they want to say. They know on the 7th, they got to fight. Fight on the 7th. Thank you.
Thank you, Seth. Hey, I'm telling you, you guys don't want to miss this fight. You don't want to miss it. When you have mayhem and a nightmare, you get a storm. This part is my sound or what's going on now? Anyway, so yeah, you guys don't want to miss it. This is going to be a great fight. I can feel the intensity right here. This is a co-promotion with Goose and Tudor Promotions. It's always a pleasure to work with them. I want to acknowledge Vice President and Matchmaker Tom Brown in the back. Tom doesn't get a lot of credit for what he does, but Tom, you're a hard-working man. Probably one of the hardest working guys in boxing, and I appreciate everything you do. You've done a hell of a job with Chris Arreola. A hell of a job. What can I say? All of you guys here know Chris. You've seen him fight. You've talked to him. You've interviewed him. And, you know, all he does is he gives it to you the way it is, you know? Whether he's fighting or talking or whatever he's doing. You know, he says what he believes, and I like that. You know, a lot of people like that. There's no bullshit with him. But the guy can fight, and he's dangerous. He's a big boy, he's very dangerous, and he's very exciting. So that's what makes for great, exciting fights. He's got a great record, 34-3 with only 35-3. It says 34 here. Sorry about that. 35-3, 30 knockouts. He's from Riverside, California. Call him the Nightmare, Chris Arreola.
Alright, so he says every time I stepped up, I lost the fight. You're not a step over, I'm stepping down to you, bro. Dude, Seth, you're way the fuck down here. Stavern is up here. Thomas Adamick is up here. Klitschko's way up here. You're down here, bro. I'm not stepping up to you. You're a step down, remember that. And, dude, I didn't have to go on the combine a 40-yard dash, because trust me, I run a 6 seconds 40-yard dash. You know, I'm slow. I don't bench press. That's not what I do. I'm a boxer. I'm a bred boxer. I've been boxing since I was 7 years old. I didn't just start boxing just because I could cut it in the NFL or in fucking football. I didn't come to do that for that. I'm a boxer. I've been boxing my whole life, and I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm gonna show you something on Saturday. I'm gonna prove to you that you don't belong in this sport. Go make a mockery of something else like MMA. I'm sure you do something there good. Honestly, I'm telling you right now, man, I'm prepared. I'm more prepared for this fight than I have been in a very long time, man. I'm motivated. And I said, if this man right here beats me, I will honestly consider retiring, because there's no way this guy should beat me. None whatsoever. Not the way that I've trained, not the way that I fought, not the people that I fought. This guy's nothing to me. I guarantee you. I don't respect him. I respect his stamina and his power. I respect every heavyweight's power. So I gotta get my P's and Q's about that. As far as boxing skills, please hit me with that somewhere else, man. That shit ain't nothing. I'm right here to bring a fight to him, and he's gonna regret that he took me as a fight. He's gonna regret it. I promise you. I'm gonna make him fight every second, every minute of every round, dude. You fucked up by trying to fight me.
price tickets are still available. You can get them at Fantasy Springs box office. You can call 1-800-827-2946, or you can get them online at www.fantasyspringsresort.com. You don't want to miss it. You want to be there. If any of you haven't ever been at a top level heavyweight fight, you're going to want to be there. You can feel the punches from any seat. So you guys don't want to miss it. Thank you again. Thank you all for being here, and we'll pull the fighters on. Thank you.